Minecraft 1.19 snapshots are here, and the download link is in the description. Downloading this snapshot, which is not in the launcher, will give you access to most of the things I'm going to talk at you about in this video. Speaking of that, my name is Plating Engineered, and today I'm going to go over all of the features in the first official Wild Update snapshot, as well as talk about the Allay that is now in Bedrock Betas/previews. Also, a very quick note before the video, a new snapshot dropped since this video was recorded. It has all the mangrove things and more. Video soon. As far as I can tell, it did not change the Sculk family at all, however. Thank you for all of the support last video. Part 2 will be out soon, but until then, please watch my other content and please don't unsubscribe. It means a lot to a small creator. Anyway, let's go. We will start with the Deep Dark, where we will talk about the blocks, including the Sensor, Catalyst, Sculk Block, Sculk Veins, and the Sculk Shrieker. Then we will talk about Darkness and the Warden. Finishing up the Deep Dark segment of the video, we will look at the ancient cities with a new block and a new enchantment in them. And finally, we will talk about the game-changing Allay. First, the star of the show, the Deep Dark biome. No mobs, glow lichen, or mineshafts will spawn here, although mineshafts from other biomes may overlap. This biome has sculk patches, and the devs have talked about making these larger to fill out the biome more. These patches contain all of the sculk blocks. Sculk Sensors have been in the game for a while now, and if you want to know everything about them, watch my video from last month after you watch this one. The only thing that changed in the snapshot is that if you are sneaking and step directly onto it, it will activate it. Sculk catalysts have been improved in many major ways since the Bedrock Beta. When a mob dies by any means within 8 blocks, the catalyst will bloom and emit this soul particle, which is similar to the soul speed enchantment particle. The mob that dies will not drop XP, but instead create a sculk charge. This charge will convert nearby blocks to sculk blocks and sculk veins. The charge will have a value based on the amount of XP the mob would have dropped, and that value will go down by 1 for each block that is converted. The further away the charge goes, the less blocks it will convert. And if a charge is going past a sculk block, it has a 10% chance to grow either a Sensor or a Shrieker. If this 1 in 10 chance succeeds, there is a 90% chance to grow a Sensor and a 10% chance to grow a Shrieker. If you want the mob's XP back, you need to break the sculk blocks. The sculk veins are decorational and do not store XP. Speaking of the sculk Shrieker, this is a block that can be activated by stepping on it, by redstone when a player is within 16 blocks, or by a Sculk Sensor, but only when the vibration is made by a player. When it shrieks, it emits these particles, which are affected by blocks, by the way, and it will give players within 40 blocks the darkness effect. This has a 10-second cooldown. When you get darkness, a cylinder of fog slides in, taking 2 seconds. The fog is 14 blocks away from the player, making a circle with a diameter of 29 blocks. The fog begins to fade in at 10 blocks vertically and is finished fading in by 15 blocks. Then, 5 seconds before the effect goes away, the fog will roll out. When the timer is at 4, the fog will be gone. Enough about darkness, let's talk about the star of the show, the Warden. When a Shrieker shrieks, the player who activated it gets 1 added to their warning value. If a player has not activated a Shrieker for 10 minutes, the warning value will go down by 1. When it reaches 3, if the light level is 10 or below and there is not another Warden within 48 blocks, the Warden will emerge from the ground. It has 500 health or 250 hearts, and it disables shields and does a lot of damage, enough to kill a player wearing full netherite armor in hard mode. However, Wardens are blind and rely on their other senses to find you. It can hear you like Sculk Sensors. It can also smell you. Its heartbeat will speed up as it gets more and more angry. Eventually, it will do a roar animation and pursue an entity. Using its sense of touch, the Warden will immediately become angry if it touches you or if you attack it. If a warden is not agitated and has not heard a vibration for 60 seconds, it burrows into the ground. The warden is undead. It is also meant to be snuck around, not fought, so it drops nothing. Within 20 blocks of a warden, you also get darkness. Now, what is it guarding? To answer that, let's look at the star of the show, the ancient city. It generates rarely in the deep dark biome and is massive. Although it breaks the illusion that we are underground, here we can see all of the parts that make up the cities. We have the two entrance pieces leading to the center, which we will talk a little more about in a minute. Then we have a hallway which uses waterlogged Sculk Sensors to activate redstone lamps with no noise. There are 2 L hallways and 2 more straight ones with stairs. A super long hallway, then 2 more L's rotated this way. Then we have barracks, with our first chests and a skull, and 3 different chambers. Then we have post, ruins, short post, ruins, sauna. Then a statue of the city center, more ruins, a crossroads, and a 2-way hallway. And another but with stairs. And another with different stairs. And another with different stairs. Finally, we have a T and another L. Now, let's talk about that city center. Many people think that we may be getting a new dimension due to its statue being called Small Portal Frame. But what is the frame made of? This is reinforced Deepslate, which takes 82.5 seconds to mine and drops nothing, even with Silk Touch. It is completely blast-proof as well. So although we may not know what this will do, the Warden is also guarding some other loot in the chests. Here are some chests that you can find in the cities. These are all of the items you can find, and the number on the paper is the chance of a chest having any, and these are the amount of that item it can have. This chest chooses 2 to 6 items. There is a 68% chance for 1 to 15 bones, a 35% chance for 4 to 10 sculk, a 35% chance for 3 to 10 books, a 35% chance for 2 to 6 snowballs to distract the warden with, a 35% chance for 1 to 4 candles, and a 35% chance for a random enchanted book. There is a 26% chance for 1 to 3 healing potions, a 19% chance for 1 to 3 Sculk Sensors, an 8% chance for 1 to 2 catalysts, and an 8% chance for a name tag. Now we have a new enchantment with an 8% chance and a random level. Let's take a look. Swift Sneak is found exclusively in ancient cities, and it speeds up your sneaking speed, but also, interestingly, your crawling speed. It does not, however, speed you up when you're pulling back a bow, holding up a shield, swimming, or anything else like that. When sneaking, you will walk at 30% of your normal walking speed. With Swift Sneak 1, you'll walk at 45%. Swift Sneak 2, and now you're at 60%. Swift Sneak 3 is 75% of your walking speed, 3/4. And if you get higher levels with commands, Swift Sneak 4 is 90%, and Swift Sneak 5 and above is 100%. Meaning that you would go just as fast as if you were walking without sprinting. In the Bedrock preview, we can talk about the star. The Allay is a flying mob that helps you. Around the main tower of pillager outposts, there can be things like tents, piles of logs, and cages. These cages could be empty, have an iron golem, or house 1 to 3 Allays. In woodland mansions, there is a chance to be a prison room, in which there can be 1 to 3 Allays in each cell, so 4 to 12 in each room. Keep in mind that this room will not be in all mansions, but there may also be multiple in one mansion. The Allay will fly randomly until you give it an item, after which it will fly around you and pick up to a stack of the item it is holding. Then it will deposit them at the player. If a note block is played either by a player or by redstone, a vibration particle appears and that note block becomes the Allay's favorite, and the Allay will drop the items there. Also, the item the Allay holds can be retrieved by right-clicking it, and it acts as its main hand, so items such as totems can be used. And that's all! Thank you all for watching, subscribe if you enjoy my channel, and once again, thank you for the support on the last video. I jumped from 20 to over 130, and I hope that number continues to go up. See you in the next video.